Hey everyone, welcome back to another SAT math video. This is a question from the official 2024 Test Bundle 5 Math Module 2 linked in the description below. At a movie theater, there are a total of 350 customers. Each customer is located in either Theater A, Theater B, or Theater C. If one of these customers is selected at random, the probability of selecting a customer who is located in Theater A is 0.48, and the probability of selecting a customer who is located in Theater B is 0.24. How many customers are located in Theater C? Okay, so basically they give us the probabilities of some customer in this group of customers to be in either Theater A or Theater B, right? And they want us to say, okay, how many people are in Theater C based on the information we're given. So, what is the fundamental concept we need to use here? Well, I would say it is proportions or probability, right? Proportions slash probabilities, right? Because probabilities and proportions, they're pretty similar. Um, for most of the stuff you'll see on the SAT, they will be very similar, right? Probabilities, right? So why are they similar, right? Well, proportions are just kind of like, you can kind of think, like say you have some sort of pie and you have different parts of the pie, right? Like maybe that is our A and this would be like maybe our B, right? So that would be called proportions, right? So you can represent probabilities and proportions like you can, for this problem we're going to use the two terms kind of interchangeably, but you'll see what I mean, right? So let's just kind of write out what we know, right? We know that the probability, so like P of A, the probability of somebody being an A is 0.48, or if we wanted to write that as a percentage, that would be 48%, right? Now, probability of B, they also gave us, right? That would be 0.24, which would also be equal to 24%, right? There's a 24% chance somebody is in the theater B. So how could we figure out what the probability of somebody in theater C is? Well, it would just be, because percentages always need to add up to 100, and given that all these probabilities relate to the same thing, their probabilities also must add up to 100, right? So it would just be 1 minus P A plus P B, right? And we're gonna make that in its own little parentheses, right? So let's figure out what probability of C is, right? Because if we know the probability of C, we can kind of figure out the number or the proportion of people that would be in theater C, right? Just based off the probability or the proportion that we get, right? So P of C is going to be 1 minus 0.48 plus 0.24, right? So 0.48 plus 0.24, that is going to be 0.72. So we just need to do 1 minus 0.72, and that, I believe, is going to be 0.28, right? So probability of somebody being in theater C is going to be nothing more than 0.28, right? So now we can just do, all right, what is 28% of 350, right? Or what is 0.28 times 350? We can do that on this side right here. So 350 times 0.28, and I'm just going to do it this way. You can use your calculator, but I like to do things by hand. So that's going to be 0, 8 times 0, 0, 8 times 5 is 40, maybe the 4, and then 8 times 3 is 24, plus 4 will be 28, and then we bring the 0 here. 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 5 is 10, and then 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 will be 7, and we add it all up. So 0, 0, 8, 9. And then, since this is a decimal, we need to count 2 decimal places and put our decimal point, right? So we have 2 decimal points here. We're going to go 1, 2, put a decimal point here. Is 98 one of our answer choices? Yes, it is, right? So that's all you got to do for this one. First thing we did was recognize that this is a proportion / probabilities problem, and then we understood that in order to figure out how many total people went to theater C, we first need to figure out the proportion of people that would go to theater C, and we did that based on the proportions we were given for the probabilities of somebody going to theater A and B, and then we use that to deduce the probability of somebody going to theater C, and then all we did was just multiply this probability by the total number of customers, and then we figured out that our answer was 98, or D. So that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything I can do to improve these videos or make things clearer. Check out Khan Academy. It's the topmost link in the description. Super great resource for SAT, ACT, and anything else that you need to learn. There's some other links there that are fun if you want to check them out in the description. And of course, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.